This interview is for information only and should not be considered as investment advice or a recommendation to buy shares in the company featured. Welcome to this Stockbox interview. Joining us today is Darren Hazelwood, the CEO of Panther Metals. Darren, welcome onto Stockbox. How are you?
I'm very well, Mark. Yourself?
Yes, very good. Thank you, Darren. Thank you for joining us today. So let's review the year 2021 with Panther Metals. What have you achieved over this year that makes you proud and set you up for next year?
Well, the year as is ending on such a high. People can see now that the plans that we were instigating and what we were coming to market with are now truly coming to fruition. We did come to market, and I had a remit of going to work and making sure that as an exploration company, we got into the ground. Because ultimately, in exploration, you can do all of your prep work, but what's going to prove up drilling is drilling, and what that drilling is going to prove up is discoveries. And ultimately, discoveries are what will underpin and drive the price of your stock, moving the business onto the next level that enables you to then go again and move on to the next level. And only recently in Ontario, we've seen the $1.8 billion buyout of the of Great Bear. So it shows that our focus on Ontario and our focus on Canada. This is a vast country. Ontario is a vast province, and there are untapped discoveries in Ontario. And the fact that we're there, as I said previously, we're not there by mistake, Mark. And again, our logic is being proved not only by our own work, but by work that others have done. You've got to remember that Great Bear was sitting at 58 cents in August of 2018, and the buyout figure's $29. And that reiterates what we're doing and where we are, and why I've positioned this business to be at the place it's at now.
So maybe just set the scene for us in Canada. What have you assembled over this year, and in terms of the land packages and the projects and the work that you've done during this year that's really setting you up for next year?
Well, look, we've obviously had the issues regarding travel, and that hasn't been easy. Canada opened up finally on the 7th of September, and we set off to Canada on the 11th. But what that time enabled us to do is set the scene, and what we had to get over to Canada was just cement those relationships and put in place the structures that we needed to support what we're doing. And we started the trail building on Dotted Lake in summer. That was completed. We've since drilled Dotted Lake. That hole is 100% completed, and the core that actually totaled 402 meters. That core is now been processed, and we're looking forward to those results. But we also conducted a soil sampling program at Dotted, and that's confirmed that we believe the system is bigger than initially thought. During the year we took on a bonga. We did the deal with Liane Boya, and that was completed around the 2nd or 3rd of August. The exact date escapes me. And we've already drilled at the Wishbone target on a bonga. Again, these assays are being processed, and we're looking forward to those results. And whilst this looks like it's all happened towards the end of the year, during the start of the year, we started the process of listing the Australian entity, and that was to enable us to be able to focus totally on Canada. And that's exactly what we're now able to do. Australia is listed. We hold 36.6% in that business. And as per the news release, Australia, they have now started drilling in Australia. And that confirms that, again, the processes as a business we're going through to make sure that the capital expenditure is not a complete drain on our shareholders. So I can sit here now and say, what have we done in 2021? We've actually drilled Dotted Lake, we've drilled Wishbone, and we're drilling in Australia currently. That's a stunning achievement by the company. And what that does, that now enables us to drive into 2022. I've had remarkable support from our shareholders in 2021, and that will forever be appreciated. And even to those shareholders who maybe have sold out, maybe got a little bit bored because there hasn't been the action that they maybe bought into and hoped for. I get that. I totally understand it. There's no issues with that. But that pivotal moment, that pivot point that those people maybe bought into and the hope that we were reaching, we've actually now reached and gone past that point. The only difference is we just await results. And that will obviously be the start of 2022. But I'm currently working on, there's multiple things going on within the business. We're working on getting the trail in place across the bonga. Now, let's make no mistake, a bonga is a very exciting greenstone belt. We now know that for certain. We've obviously had visuals on the core from Wishbone. In some companies can report those visuals, but because it's the first holes drilled by us, we can't report what we're seeing in those visuals because we don't know 100%. What will happen, the assays will confirm that. But we're talking or dealing with universities now in terms of a bonga. The universities in Northern Ontario, they've got a keen focus on VMS type deposits and the greenstone belts. In fact, one of them has recently conducted a thorough review of greenstone belts in Ontario, and they're exceptionally keen to jump on board. They've seen what we're doing. Academia doesn't get involved unless they believe there is something significant. Internally, we've got huge confidence in what we're now doing. We've had boots on the ground this year. I've been on the ground. Our geological team have been on the ground, and there is no negatives coming out of a bonga. Shareholders and the wider market will start to learn of the significance that we see in a bonga, why we're seeing it, and what we believe is about to happen. Now, we hold that whole greenstone belt for a reason. We recently did a deal to take more property on the greenstone belt. Again, that's based around drilling. And the reason that's based around drilling, because that's the only way you make discoveries and drive your share price. And that's exactly what we're doing. And that's exactly what we're planning to do. And whilst we await these results, the planning stages for multiple drill points in 2022 are well underway.
So with the focus moving to Canada, really, Darren, what's the deal with Australia? Does it really now just become an investment for Panther that you won't really be talking about or reporting on as much?
No, that's right, Mark. Listen, Australia, we hold 36.6% of the business. It has the potential to have a dramatic effect on our balance sheet and really help drive the business. It's going to supply lots of news flow for us. The guys are already gone to work. They're already drilling, but now we are laser focused on Canada. with Australia supplying very substantial news flow in the background.
So with that said then, and of course you can never guarantee a discovery, but are you sort of looking forward? Could 2022 be the year of discovery? You've got results due early on, and you've said you've got further exploration planned. So if it's certainly a year of exploration, could it be a year of discovery as well, do you think?
I'm targeting multiple discoveries now on Abonga. Let's remember that our sister greenstone belt, Sturgeon's Lake, that had 5 commercially producing mines. They only closed once they'd run out of ore, as opposed to not being financially viable. Nobody has got an Abonga in any great depth. BHP said in 1992 that where they drilled a couple of holes just north of our wishbone target, that this is a major is a major target area for them, and that further work is highly recommended. I can tell you now they were right. What we'll be looking to prove up on Abonga, first of all, is does it hold the potential for a discovery? And we believe that it does. And as a result of that, we also then believe that when we could do the comparisons to our sister greenstone belt, that then holds the potential for multiple discoveries. So that's what we're going for. We haven't taken the whole greenstone belt just because we like having land packages. I know that one discovery will garner huge amounts of interest due to the package we have, and there are indications and there are readings that we can evidence that there is the potential for VMSs on Abonga. And we know that VMS deposits tend to repeat themselves. Have we got a VMS on Abonga? We think that the probability is quite high. Now that would be massively significant news for the business. Outside of any discovery, that would be significant due to what's happened elsewhere in the area, and also what the data that we've got from previous explorers on Abonga, where it's indicating that there's the potential for a VMS. That would then mean that there's higher probability of it being a VMS. That would then give you the potential for multiple VMSs, and then you are in it on a completely different level. And that's what I'm targeting. There's no guarantees on anything. That's what we're targeting, and I'm targeting it with more knowledge than we've previously ever had.
Okay, well, Darren Hazelwood, the CEO of Panther Metals, thank you very much for that review. I wish you a very happy Christmas and Happy New Year, and we'll be speaking again soon, I'm sure.
Well, Mark, listen, I'd like to wish you a happy Christmas and New Year, and most importantly to our shareholders. And I'd like to reiterate the message to thank them for their support this year. And I'm looking forward to a tremendous 2022. And I wish them to have the best Christmas with their family and loved ones, and a Happy New Year also. And look forward to engaging in 2022.
Thank you very much, Darren.
Thanks, Mark.
If you enjoyed this interview, then give us a thumbs up, a like or a retweet. Subscribe to us on YouTube or follow us on Twitter, and hit that notification bell to be the first to know when we release new content. There's loads of great content on our website too, across all our programs at stockboxmedia.com. Thank you for watching.